Section 1. The Unbelievable Budget. A Southeast Asian Dream for a Grand. It sounds like a travel fantasy, a clickbait headline that couldn't possibly be true in 2026. But I am here to tell you that it is not only possible, it is an experience I lived, breathed, and documented every single day. Yes, 1,000 US dollars. That single grand covered my flights between countries, my beds for 30 nights, all my meals, the unforgettable activities across Thailand, the unforgettable activities across Vietnam, the unforgettable activities across Cambodia. This wasn't a rushed, miserable trip either. It was a journey filled with rich culture, incredible food, and the kind of freedom that only budget travel can truly provide. My strategy was straightforward and built on years of backpacking experience. I decided to dedicate 10 days to each country, allowing for a slower pace that minimizes costly last-minute travel decisions. I chose my destinations carefully, focusing on hubs known for their affordability and easy overland connections. My journey began in the sprawling, chaotic, and utterly captivating city of Bangkok. I touched down and immediately put my budget rules into practice. I took the airport rail link into the city for a fraction of a taxi fare. For 4 days, I stayed near Khao San Road, a clean, sociable hostel for $6 a night. I used that as my base to see temples. Starting with Wat Arun, Wat Po, I got around on the Chao Phraya express boat. My daily food budget was $8, a plate of pad thai for $1, a bowl of boat noodle soup for $1 or $2. After Bangkok, I took an overnight bus to Chiang Mai. Night transport saves a night's accommodation and gives you daytime to explore. The bus ticket cost around $20. Chiang Mai felt slower and more relaxed. I stayed 6 days in the old city, about $7 per night. The city is very walkable. I visited temples, I wandered local markets. I took an affordable Thai cooking class one evening. My daily Chiang Mai spending was about $10. Section 3. Vietnam for less. From Hanoi's chaos to Hoi An's calm. From Chiang Mai, my next move was to Vietnam. This was the one leg of the journey where a flight was the most logical option to save time, using a budget airline and booking several weeks in advance. I secured a one-way ticket to Hanoi for approximately $40. This was a calculated expense, and by planning ahead, I avoided the much higher last-minute fares. Landing in Hanoi, I was immediately struck by the buzzing energy of the Old Quarter, a delightful maze humming with the sound of a million motorbikes. My home for the next 4 days was a fantastic hostel that offered a free beer during happy hour, all for just $7 a night. My daily budget in Hanoi was easily kept under $10. The food, a highlight of any trip to Vietnam, was both unbelievably delicious and incredibly cheap. A steaming bowl of pho for breakfast from a street-side stall set me back only $1. I would grab a banh mi sandwich for lunch for even less. My days were spent wandering around Hoan Kiem Lake, watching a traditional water puppet show for a small entrance fee, and getting lost in the narrow streets. I avoided taxis entirely, preferring to walk everywhere, which allowed me to discover hidden cafes and temples that I would have otherwise missed. Vietnam quickly revealed itself as a backpacker's paradise. Next, I headed south. To get from Hanoi to the Central Coast, I once again opted for an overnight bus, which took me to Hue for a couple of days before I continued on to Hoi An. Section 4. Cambodia's Kingdom of Wonders, Ancient Temples and Modern Realities. The transition from Vietnam to Cambodia was done overland, the most classic and cost-effective backpacking route. I booked a direct bus from Hoi An to Siem Reap. It included a border crossing and visa assistance, about $35 total. It was a long travel day, but it was straightforward. The countryside changed as we went, fascinating landscapes. Arriving in Siem Reap, the gateway to the magnificent temples of Angkor. I checked into a lively hostel. Dorm bed $6 a night. The energy was palpable. Everyone here to see the temples. My 3 days in Siem Reap were the priciest, mainly because of the Angkor Wat entrance pass. I bought a one-day pass, $37. I teamed up with two other travelers from my hostel. We hired a tuk-tuk for the day and split the $20 fee. The group split made it affordable and more fun. Outside the temple fee, costs stayed low. Khmer curries, stir-fries. I took a comfortable bus to Phnom Penh for about $8. I spent 4 days exploring Phnom Penh, a city of important, poignant history. Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum, Choeing Ek Killing Fields. Entrance fees were minimal, but what you learn is profound. Evenings were riverfront walks, watching the sunset, eating cheap, tasty food at the bustling night market. Section 5. The Final Tally. How the numbers add up and how you can do it too. So, did I actually manage to stay under the $1,000 mark for a full month of travel? The final calculation was the moment of truth, adding up all my carefully tracked expenses, from the first bowl of noodles in Bangkok to the last bus ticket in Cambodia. My accommodation for 30 nights in hostels and guest houses came to approximately $210. My total food and drink budget was an impressively low $240 for the month. Street food, local eateries. That's an average of just $8 per day for 3 full meals and drinks. The biggest variable, transportation, was managed carefully. Pre-booked flight, a series of long-distance buses, countless local tuk-tuk or boat rides. Those tallied up to about $225. Activities and miscellaneous included Angkor Wat Pass, museum entries, visas at the border, and a few small souvenirs, around $235. When I added it all together, my grand total for 30 days in Southeast Asia was an astonishing $910. This left me with a $90 buffer from my original $1,000 budget. The proof is in the receipts and the daily budget app entries. This journey wasn't about deprivation. It was about making smart choices, choosing a $2 bowl of pho over a $15 tourist trap pizza, walking to a temple instead of taking a taxi, sleeping in a dorm and sharing stories with people from all over the world